Well, hello. Miss Calvitti's back. Yeah, I'm not even sure where to look. Oh, I guess I'll look over there. Um, I'm back. Gonna read another story. But let's just go back to this one. Yeah, my little sister ate one hair. You guys seem to have liked this one. Yeah, it's a kindergarten favorite. Some of you guys might not know who I am or what this is about. So, I am Miss Calvitti. I am Mrs. Borden's sidekick. That's what I've been told by a little friend of mine. If you are fortunate enough to have Mrs. Borden as your kindergarten teacher, guess who comes along with that? Me. Yes. I am Mrs. Borden's assistant, and she and I have been together for several years now. And we like to do something called the kindergarten favorites. So every year it's basically the same book. Sometimes we'll add in new ones, and then the kids will tell if it's worthy or not to be considered a kindergarten favorite. I'm sorry. Boss just came in. Hi, Bossini. Can you sit down for Mama? Okay. So I'm going to try to do this. He's here. I came downstairs. He's not typically down here, so I was hoping he wouldn't follow me, but apparently he's got to stay with me. So here's My Buddy Slug. This is a kindergarten favorite. Maybe I'll read this. Here is a new book brought into the kindergarten favorite, The Very Impatient Caterpillar. Maybe one day I'll read that. Or Boys and Girls, hold on to your hats. Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. Yeah, we know about that. That's a big hit. Let's see here. Memoirs of a Goldfish, another Miss Calvitti favorite. Kindergarten favorite, also Miss Calvitti favorite. And that's good. That's bad. Yeah, love this. Maybe I'll get to read that. But, here we go. What? Cried Granny. An almost bedtime story. Kindergarten favorite. Been reading this one for years. So let's get into this. I'm trying really hard. I don't know where to look here. And trying to keep my ears on Bossini. Oh, and here comes Bocce. Hi, Bocce. All right. What? Cried Granny. An almost bedtime story. So this is fiction. Fiction means fake. The author who wrote the words is Kate Lum, and the illustrator who drew the pictures is Adrian Johnson. So I have some connections I can make to this story, but we'll talk about that at the end. We've got a fly page here, people. This is called a fly page. Yeah. Title page, What? Cried Granny. An almost bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Patrick. All right. How about I read it and then show the pictures? Once upon a time, there was a boy named Patrick who was having his very first sleepover at his granny's. Yeah. There's Patrick. There's Granny. Yeah, we'll talk about Granny. As the sun began to set, Granny said, Patrick, dear boy. Let me try to sit on something here. Let's see if that works a little bit. No, not working. Anyway, as the sun began to set, Granny said, Patrick, dear boy, it will be dark soon. Time to get ready for bed. But Granny, said Patrick. There you go. Change it this way. Okay. I don't have a bed here. What? Cried Granny. She ran out to the yard where some tall trees were growing and chopped one down. She carried it to her workroom, opened up her toolbox, and made Patrick a very fine bed. Wow. Now, I'm impressed by this Granny because while she's doing this, there she is, carrying her purse. She has her pearls on. Oh, look, there she is. Purse, purse. Yeah. There she is with her design, still with her purse. Yeah. We'll talk about that at the end, okay? Then she painted it a restful shade of blue, put a comfy red mattress on it, and took it to the bedroom. There you go. All right, I'm going to stop moving here, guys. I'm going to just do it like this. There you go, said Granny. Now climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, and sail off to dreamland. But Granny, said Patrick. Uh-oh. I don't have a bed here. What? Cried Granny. She ran out to her hen house, woke up the chickens, and collected a big batch of feathers. Yeah, you might want to notice. There. She's still carrying her purse. Oh, Granny. She took them to her sewing room where she made a bag out of cloth. Then she stuffed it with feathers, sewed it up neatly, and gave it to Patrick. And there she is, doing all that busy work. Yeah, carrying her purse. There you go, dear boy, said Granny. Now climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, and I'll kiss you good night. But Granny, said Patrick, I don't have a blanket here. What? Cried Granny. She ran outside, headed for the hills, where a flock of fat sheep were snoozing. She sheared off some of their wool and went right back home. So here she is. Yeah, she's running. Boom, 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 boom. Over the hills, over the mountains. Yep, carrying her purse. Yeah. To the sheep, where she sheared off some of their wool. And then she had to run back. She took the wool to her basement, spun it into yarn, knitted a fuzzy warm blanket, and dyed it the prettiest shade of twilight purple. When it was dry, she carried it upstairs and spread it onto the bed. So here she is. She's doing all this stuff. Oh, there's her purse. She still has her pearls on. Oh, look, there she is dyeing it, still carrying her purse. Now, dear boy, said Granny, climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and turn out the lights. But Granny, said Patrick. There she is. Uh-oh. I don't have a teddy bear here. What? Cried Granny. She grabbed her emergency sewing kit, tore down the living room curtains, cut, sewed, stuffed, added buttons for eyes and a red ribbon, and made a teddy bear for Patrick. Oh, yeah. Here she is doing all of that. There she is. While carrying her purse. Now, Patrick, cried Granny, climb into bed. Lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and go to sleep. Granny's had about enough of all this nonsense here. Uh-oh. But Granny, said Patrick. Okay. It's morning. What? Cried Granny as she ran out the door, forgetting her purse. Uh-oh. Granny lost her mind. The end. So, I just want to make a connection to this book. All right, so my connection is a text to self-connection. So it's when the book reminds you of something personally. So my connection is my grandmother. My grandmother, I lived with her since I was 4 years old. She had blue hair. My grandmother had blue hair. Maybe not this little pretty purple hair like this granny, but my grandmother had blue hair. She had white hair, wasn't silver, wasn't gray, it was white. And she put this blue rinse into it. I always thought it was normal. I don't know, until somebody said to me, why does your grandmother have blue hair? I didn't realize that it was blue. I don't know, it's just the way my grandmother was. And my grandmother carried her purse everywhere. everywhere she went, her purse went. Yeah. She lived with us. She had like a little walker. She kept her purse in a walker, and where she went, her walker went, her purse went. I don't know. But my grandmother, my grandmother was so funny. Yeah. Yeah. She was, little tidbit, my grandmother was born in Hoboken, New Jersey, and she used to watch Frank Sinatra. That's Boss again. She used to watch Frank Sinatra play. She used to sit on the stoop and watch him play. And she didn't care for Frank Sinatra. No, she said he was a little bratty. Moms and dads and grandmas out there, grandpas. He was a little bratty. But anyway, so so this book is my favorite book for that reason. It reminds me of my grandmother. But it's a good story. I don't know. I think it's a good story. Definitely a kindergarten favorite right here. So baby boys and girls, I know I suggested, not even going to mention it, beginning, middle, and end, and then I kind of changed my mind because the end of her throwing up probably was not a good idea. So I don't know, maybe you could illustrate your favorite part of this book. Maybe Granny running out of the house or something, or running up to, let's see here, cutting down a tree. Let me find the page I'm looking for. When she's running over the hills to get to the sheep. I don't know, maybe illustrate your favorite part. And if you can, write a sentence or two about it. Yeah. Or maybe you could write a couple of sentences and draw a picture about your first sleepover. I don't know. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed tonight's book. And I will be back in a few days to read another kindergarten favorite. And I have been talking with Mrs. Borden. And there's My Buddy Slug, Memoirs of a Goldfish, and yeah, Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. And there's others. Boys and girls, there's others. I have been talking with Mrs. Borden, and she's not on Facebook, on social media, so she's not a part of this group. But I am trying to figure out a way for her and I to kind of be 6 feet apart. And I don't know, maybe taking turns reading or doing something fun, or maybe just coming in saying, hey all, how you doing? Anyway, so that's all I have. Boss is looking for me. He needs my attention. I don't know how he makes it through a regular day without me when I'm at school with you. But anyway, Bossini, come here, Bossini. Want to come say hi? So anyway, but this is Miss Calvitti. I am taking requests, so if there's a certain book that you want me to read, let me know. Let me know. Come here, Bossini. You want to say hi? Hi, this is Bossini. Come up. Look, that's Bossini, everybody. Yeah, that's Bossini. Okay, so I'm done, over and out, good buddies. I'm going to hit the road, toads. Miss Calvitti, out. Love you and miss you all.